when we are in the solution of the equations, we are focusing only on the two types of equations, algebraic and the transcendental equations. To find out the solution, we have overall four methods: bisection method, false position method, iteration method, Newton-Raphson method. So successfully we completed your first method, bisection method. Now when you are entering into second method, false position method, it is also called as Regula falsi method. Almost it is similar to your bisection method. Only little bit of difference is there. While calculating the approximate root, there we have used xn equal to a plus b by 2 in the bisection method. Whereas in the false position method, that approximate root can be calculated by xn equal to a f of b minus b f of a divided by f of b minus f of a. This is the only third step is going to be changed comparing with your previous method. So better before entering into that, I just give you the procedure and later on we directly enter into the problems. So write down in the notes false position or regular falsi method. Step number 1. I just give you the procedure. Let f of x equal to 0 be an algebraic or a transcendental equation. We should have only the two types. Either it may be algebraic or transcendental, that is denoted by f of x. Step number 2. Same procedure. Select any two real numbers. Select any two real numbers a and b. Select any two real numbers small a and small b such that f of a and f of b are of opposite signs. Different వచ్చేంత వరకు you are selecting the a and b values are of opposite signs. SIGNS signs. Number 3, step number 3. Find an approximate root. Find an approximate root by xn equal to, అక్కడ మనం a plus b by 2 తీసుకున్నాం. Here you are taking a separate formula. A f of b minus b f of a divided by f of b minus f of a for n equal to 0, 1, 2 and so on. Step number 4. Approximate root వచ్చిన తర్వాత find the value of f of xn. Find the value of f of xn. అంటే మనకి ఇచ్చిన ఫంక్షన్ లో you are substituting the approximate root. Case number 1. Case 1. If f of xn equal to 0, substitute చేయగానే 0 వచ్చింది అనుకోండి, then stop the procedure. To get the solution of the equation. Stop the procedure to get the solution of the equation. 0 వస్తే ప్రాబ్లం లేదు. Case number 2. If f of xn less than 0, నెగిటివ్ వచ్చింది అనుకోండి, then same a చేంజ్ అవుతుంది. Then a equal to xn, then a equal to xn and go to the step 3 with n equal to n plus 1. అంటే a ఒకటి చేంజ్ చేసి మళ్ళీ నెక్స్ట్ అప్రాక్సిమేట్ రూట్ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేస్తారు with n equal to n plus 1. Case number 3. If f of xn greater than 0, then b equal to xn, then b equal to xn, and go to the step number 3 with n equal to n plus 1. అంటే 0 వచ్చేంత వరకు జనరల్గా అయితే రిపీట్ చేయాలి. సపోజ్ మనం 5 times అప్రాక్సిమేట్ రూట్ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేసినా, if you are not in a position to find out the zero value, then you just take the average of all the approximate roots. That gives you approximate solution to the given algebraic and transcendental equation. Almost it is similar to your bisection method, only the calculation of approximate root is different. Now you write down the first problem so that you can understand your complete procedure. Write down the first one. Problem. Find a real root. Find a real root of x cube minus 2x minus 5 that is equal to 0 by false position method. By false position method. Suppose if the method is not mentioned, you can use any of the methods, nothing to worry. మీరు ఏ మెథడ్ యూజ్ చేసినా approximately you will get the answer. So solution. So one equation is given. So is that algebraic equation or transcendental equation? Transcendental means it should have the special functions.
Algebraic.
There is no special function, so algebraic. Solution. For the given algebraic equation, మీరు ఇది మెన్షన్ చేయడం వల్ల మీకు బాగా ఐడియా ఉంది అని అనుకుంటారు. For the given algebraic equation, let I am supposing f of x that is equal to x cube minus 2x minus 5 that is equal to 0. The given expression you are supposing it as f of x. Now you are selecting real numbers. Selecting the real numbers a and b, small a and small b we have. So whenever you want to select the real numbers in your given expression, always you start with x equal to 0. So I am just supposing for x equal to 0. So try to find out your f of 0 value. That means in your expression substitute x equal to 0, 0 cube minus 2 into 0 minus 5. So the final answer is minus 5, that is less than 0, negative value. And next you are substituting x equal to 1, that becomes f of 1. So it becomes 1 cube minus 2 into 1 minus 5. That is nothing but 1 minus 2 minus 5. So you are getting minus 7. Again it is less than 0. You are repeating the process till you get opposite. So both are negative values. So go to the next value, x equal to 2. F of 2 means 2 cube minus 2 into. So okay, this value. So this is your minus 6, right? And for this minus 5, this is nothing but 8 minus 4 minus 5. So minus 9 and plus 8, minus 1 you are getting. Again it is less than 0. So go to the next value, x equal to 3. This is nothing but f of 3. It is 3 cube minus 2 into 3 minus 5. So 3 cube 27 minus 6 minus 5. So 27 minus 11. You are getting approximately it is 16. So is it greater than 0 or less than 0? Greater than 0. So whenever you are getting opposite signs, immediately you can stop the process. A value, you take the last value where you are getting the negative. So negative value you are getting x equal to 2. So you write down a equal to 2. B value where you are getting positive, that value you are substituting, it is B equal to 3. ఏ వాల్యూకి అయితే నెగిటివ్ పాజిటివ్స్ వచ్చాయో ఆ వాల్యూసే రాయండి. డోంట్ రైట్ డౌన్ ద నెగిటివ్ వాల్యూస్ అండ్ పాజిటివ్ వాల్యూస్. సో వన్స్ యూ గెట్ that A and B values, therefore the approximate roots are given by, so I'm using a formula. So that formula is xn, it is equal to A f of B minus B f of A, it is a standard formula, divided by f of B minus f of A. Here n is changing from 0, 1, 2 and so on. Now you substitute the first n equal to 0, so that you are getting the first approximate root. For n equal to 0, so that you are writing x naught, that is equal to A into, you are just substituting A into f of B. What is your B value? మనకు వచ్చిన లేటెస్ట్ వాల్యూ 3, లేకపోతే ఏ వాల్యూ కూడా రాసేయండి అమ్మా. సో ఏ వాల్యూ మీన్స్ 2, f of B means it is 3, minus B value 3, f of A value 2, overall it is divided by f of B, that means f of 3 minus f of A, it is 2. So just I am substituting A and B values in your given expression. So this I am substituting 2 into, what is f of 3? Already we have calculated f of 3 value. You got that value is 16, minus 3 into f of 2. Its value is minus 1. We already calculated that value. Divided by f of 3 means 16 minus f of 2. It is minus 1. Just you are substituting that value, so that you are getting 32. That becomes plus 3. Overall it is divided by 16 plus 1. So 16 plus 1. You are getting 35 divided by 17. So you can use your calculator, 35 divided by 17, so that you can get the answer 2.0588. So మీరు ఫిక్స్ చేస్తే ఫిక్స్ చేసుకోండి
2.059.
ఓకే రైట్. సో 3 digits ఫిక్స్ చేస్తే directly you are getting the answer 2.059. This is your first approximate root. After getting this root, now you substitute in the function. So consider, now I am substituting here, consider f of x naught. That means in your given function you are substituting x naught value. So what is your given function? Just you write down the same function as it is, x cube minus 2x minus 5, where you are substituting that x value 2.059. So I'm directly getting the value 2.059. It is whole cube minus 2 into 2.059 minus 5. You just use the calculator to get the values. So direct 2.059, it is whole cube and
minus 0.389.
Minus 0.389.
89.
So it is less than 0. So when it is less than 0, so you make a statement that since f of x naught, it is less than 0, a equal to x naught. Negative వస్తే a change అవుతుంది, positive b. So a equal to x naught means that x naught value 2.059. So once you get this condition, now you are getting the next approximate root, n equal to 1. So that you are writing x1 equal to, I am using the same formula, a into, your a means 2.059 f of b value. There is no change in the b value, 3, minus b into f of a value 2.059. Overall it is divided by f of b minus f of a. That means f of 3 minus f of a 2.059. So now this is equal to 2.059 Already we calculated f of 3 value. Your f of 3, it is nothing but 16 minus 3 into f of 2.059. Previously you calculated f of 2.059. Its answer minus 0.389. ఇంతకుముందే మనం find out చేసాం. Overall it is divided by, so f of 3 value 16 minus f of 2 value minus 0.389. So just you calculate this approximate root. మనం సెపరేట్ గా మళ్ళీ ఏం ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. Previously you calculated that value, you are substituting here. So let us know the answer first. Better use the calculator, immediately you can find out the final answer. అక్కడ మనకి డివైడెడ్ బై బటన్ అని ఒకటి ఉంటుంది, లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ లో సెకండ్ రోలో ఉంటుంది. ఆ బటన్ యూజ్ చేస్తే మీకు తొందరగా అయిపోతుందమ్మా. What is the answer? 2.059 into 16, and that becomes plus 3 into 0.389 divided by, so 16, and that becomes plus 0.389. So you are getting the final answer. Are you getting 2.081? Amma, have you got the answer? 2.081. Akkada divided by button.
Yes, sir, got it.
Right.
Got
So
it, sir.
after getting that approximate root, don't stop the process. That value you are substituting in your function. You can stop the process only when function is equal to 0. So f of x1, that means in your expression x cube minus 2x minus 5, there you are substituting x equal to x1, that x1 value 2.081. So this becomes 2.081 whole cube minus 2 into 2.081 minus 5. Have the calculator, otherwise you can't find out the answer. Of course, you can do it, but it takes time. What is the answer you are getting? 2.081, it is cube minus 2 into 2.081.
Minus 0.150.
So minus 0.150, right? So minus 0.150. So nothing to worry, 15. This is again you are getting less than 0. So you can move to, since f of x1 it is less than 0. So again a is changing, your a value becomes x1. So x1 ante manam find out chesindi 2.081. So after getting the new a value, now again you are going to the next approximate root. So for n equal to 2, I am just writing x2 equal to, you should write a into, that means 2.081 into f of b, there is no change in the b value, 3, minus b into f of a value 2.081. Overall it is divided by f of b minus f of a 2.081. So this becomes 2.081. f of 3 already you calculated, its answer 16 minus 3 into f of 2.081, that was already calculated just now. So it is minus 0.15. Overall it is divided by, so f of 3 is 16 minus that f of 2.081 is minus 0.15. So again you can use the calculator, that divided by symbol. So 2.081 multiplied by 16, and that becomes plus 3 into 0.15, and overall it is divided by 16 plus 0.15. So approximately you are getting 2 point endama. 2 point, are you getting 2.089?
Yes, sir.
So 2.089. So this is the approximate root. And again, this value you are substituting in the function. So consider మనకి 0 వచ్చేంత వరకు రిపీట్ చేయాలి. Consider f of x2. So that means in your f of x, x cube minus 2x minus 5, there you are substituting x equal to 2.089. So it is 2.089 whole cube minus 2 into 2.089 minus 5. Answer. If it is equal to 0, you can stop it. Less than 0, A changes, B when it is greater than 0.
Minus 0.062.
Minus 0.062. So again you are getting negative. So less than 0. So make a statement since f of x2 it is less than 0. So again A is going to be changed x2. That x2 value is nothing but 2.089. మీరు x2 అంటే approximate root చూడాలి. Don't write down your final answer. So again you are substituting for n equal to 3. So the next approximate root x3 a into that means 2.089 f of b, no change in the b value, minus b into f of a 2.089, total it is divided by f of b means f of 3 minus f of a 2.089. So write down its value 2.089. f of 3 అక్కడ b చేంజ్ కాలేదు, సేమ్ ఎంత ముందే 16 minus 3 into f of 2.089. Just now we calculated it is minus 0.062. So total it is divided by 16 minus 0.062. So you can use that divided by button. 2.089, it is multiplied by 16. Next it is plus 3 into 0.062. So total it is divided by 16 plus 0.062. So approximately you are getting 2.09 amma. 2.092 వస్తుందా? కరెక్ట్ అమ్మా? 2.092. అక్కడ డివైడెడ్ బై బటన్ యూజ్ చేయండి, ఈజీ అవుతుంది.
2.093.
93. ఓకే కదా, ఏం ప్రాబ్లం లేదు. 92 ఆర్ 93. Shall I write 2
Sir,
or
divided by button యూజ్ చేస్తే అగైన్ ఆన్సర్ డివైడెడ్ బై ఫామ్ లో వస్తుంది సార్.
అట్లా వచ్చినప్పుడు మీకు ఫంక్షనల్ కీస్లలో ఒకటి ఎస్డి బటన్ అని ఉంది చూడండి. ఎం ప్లస్ కి లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ లో ఒకటి ఎస్డి బటన్ అని ఉంది. ఎస్డి. ఇప్పుడు మీ పైన ఈ ఫంక్షనల్ కీస్ ఉన్నాయి కదా, అక్కడ 1 2 3 ఫోర్త్ రోలో రైట్ సైడ్ లో ఎం ప్లస్ పక్కకి లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ లో S-D అని ఒకటి ఉంది. ఎస్డి. ఆ బటన్ ప్రెస్ చేస్తే మీకు ఆ డివైడెడ్ బై వాల్యూ పోతుంది.
ఓకే సార్, థాంక్యూ సార్.
Right. So after getting this x3 again, now you are substituting in the function. So consider f of x3. So in your function x cube minus 2x minus 5, there you are substituting x equal to 2.092. So it is 2.092 whole cube minus 2 into 2.092 minus 5. You will get an answer for this. మనం maximum 5 roots find out చేస్తే సరిపోతుంది. ఒకవేళ ముందే ఎక్కడన్నా 0 వస్తే you can stop the process. What's the value you are getting here?
minus 0.028.
So minus 0.028. So again it is less than 0. No problem. So since f of x3 less than 0, again a is changing, a equal to x3. That becomes x3 value is 2.092. So using this again you are calculating the next approximate root. This is last term. For n equal to 4 you are getting x4. So a into 2.092 into f of b and same 3 minus b into f of a 2.092. Total it is divided by f of b means f of 3 minus f of a means 2.092. So that value is 2.092. F of 3 already 16 minus 3 into just now we calculated f of 2.092 value minus 0.028 we got it. Total it is divided by f of 3 is 16 minus that value is minus 0.028. So again you can use your divided by button so that it is very easy.
0.98.
0.98 అమ్మ
30.98. 30 sir.
రాదనుకుంటమ్మా
2.094.
2.094, right? So we got totally one particular answer. Again you need not substitute. Suppose if you want to substitute you can substitute in the function. చూద్దాం ఒక్కసారి. కన్సిడర్ ఒకటి ఎక్కడైనా 0 వస్తేనో మనకు ఓకే f of x4. So x cube minus 2x minus 5. There you are substituting x equal to 2.094. So 2.094 whole cube minus 2 into 2.094 minus 5. You just verify, are you getting 0 or non-zero? ఇప్పటికే 5 times మనం క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ చేసాం.
Minus 0.006.
Minus 0.006. అప్రాక్సిమేట్గా మనం 0 అనుకోవచ్చు కానీ సరే ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ 0 రాలేదు. సో దిస్ ఈస్ అగైన్ లెస్ దెన్ 0. సో మళ్ళీ లెస్ దెన్ 0 కాబట్టి ఏ చేంజ్ అవుతుంది, మళ్ళీ ఆ న్యూ ఏని యూజ్ చేసుకుంటూ నెక్స్ట్ అప్రాక్సిమేట్కి వెళ్ళాలి. సో అందుకని డైరెక్ట్గా నేనే రాస్తున్నాను ఇక్కడ. సో 5 times చేసాం కాబట్టి రిపీటింగ్ the same process, the approximate root is given by, so you take average of all the 5 roots. మనం ఏవైతే ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేసామో వాటన్నిటిని యావరేజ్ చేసేయండి అమ్మ. x నాట్ దగ్గర నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేయండి. యువర్ x నాట్ 2.059 ప్లస్ x1 2.081 plus x2 your x2 2.089 plus x3 2.092 plus x4 you got it 2.094. So 2.094 total it is divided by, you are just taking the average of all the calculated approximate root divided by 5. ఎంత వస్తుందో రఫ్గా చెప్పండి. చెప్పాలమ్మా. Approximately, are you getting 2.09?
2.083.
Right, 2.083. That is your final answer. Procedure almost same. Only the thing is nothing but while finding the approximate root, formula is different. Substitute in the function. If it is equal to 0, stop it. Less than 0, A changes. Greater than 0, B changes. That is the only one difference. Are you understanding this process?
Yeah, sir, clear.
So now you can do it one problem. Use a Regula falsi method. Use Regula falsi method. Regula falsi method to find the root of. So I'm giving you an expression x square minus log base is e log x minus 12 equal to 0. So is it algebraic equation or transcendental equation?
Transcendental, sir.
Right, as it is involving special function, so it is transcendental. So better in the solution part for the given transcendental equation, let f of x equal to, I am supposing x square minus log base e x minus 12 equal to 0. Even in the last class I have given base 10 in your calculator LOG button, base e ln button, only ln button you are using. Now in order to get your real numbers, selecting real numbers A and B we have, so better you start with x equal to 0. So for x equal to 0, f of 0 in your function, substitute x equal to 0, 0 square minus logarithm of 0 minus 12. Generally, logarithm of 0 is nothing but it is an error, undefined. But in the equations, we are supposing that it is a 0 value. So that value you are getting only minus 12. Next, you go for x equal to 1. F of 1 square minus logarithm of 1 minus 12. So 1 minus log 1, use ln button, it becomes 0 minus 12. So you are getting minus 11, it is less than 0. So x equal to 2, it is f of 2 means 2 square minus logarithm of 2 minus 12. So 2 square is 4 minus log 2 ln button, you are using ln button of 2. So what is the answer you are getting? Log 2 0.693. So 0.693 and minus 12. So what is the answer you are getting? It is 4 minus 0.693 minus 12. So you are getting the answer
-8.693.
minus 8.693. So again it is less than 0. So better you go for next x equal to 3. It is f of 3. It is 3 square minus logarithm of 3 minus 12. So 3 square becomes 9 minus. So log 3 value ln button, only ln button because base e is there. So 1.098. 1.098 minus 12. So approximately 9 minus
-4.099.
So you are getting that value is minus 4.098. ఓకే, మీరు ఫిక్స్ చేశారు కాబట్టి కొంచెం చేంజ్ అవుతుంది. అగైన్ యూ ఆర్ గెటింగ్ లెస్ దెన్ 0. దెన్ గో ఫర్ ద నెక్స్ట్ వాల్యూ x equal to 4. Till you get opposite, you can stop it. So f of 4, you can continue the same. It is 4 square minus logarithm of 4 minus 12. నాకు ఆన్సర్ చెప్పండి అమ్మా, ఏమొస్తుందో. విల్ యూ గెట్ ఎ నెగిటివ్ వాల్యూ ఆర్ పాజిటివ్ వాల్యూ?
$2.614.
2.614. It is a positive value you are getting. So when you get opposite, therefore, whatever the a value, what is a? At which you are getting
3.
the negative?
A
It is
equals 3.
3, right? And b value, it is
4.
4, right? So once you get a and b values, now you write down the approximate roots. The approximate roots are given by, so I'm using a formula xn, it is equal to a f of b minus b f of a divided by f of b minus f of a. Here n is taking from 0, 1, 2 and so on. Start with your first value. So for n equal to 0. So you are getting x naught. A into, a means here 3. F of b 4 minus b into 4 into f of a 3 divided by f of b means 4 minus f of a is 3. So 3 into f of 4 already calculated 2.614 minus 4 into f of 3 also calculated, it's minus 4.098. Total it is divided by, so f of 4 means 2.614 minus f of 3 minus 4.098. So use the divided by button to get your final answer. చెప్పండి ఏమొస్తుందో. What is the answer?
3.611.
3.611. సో అది పాజిటివ్ నెగిటివ్ అని అది చూడకండి. సో అక్కడ ఇమీడియట్గా ఏం చేస్తారు, కన్సిడర్ యు ఆర్ సబ్స్టిట్యూటింగ్ ఇన్ ద ఫంక్షన్ ఎఫ్ ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్ నాట్. అంటే మనకి ఇచ్చిన ఫంక్షన్ ఏంటి, ఎక్స్ స్క్వేర్ మైనస్ లాగ్ ఎక్స్ minus 12. There you are substituting x equal to 3.611. So it becomes 3.611 whole square minus logarithm of 3.611 minus 12. So use the calculator. ln button use cheyandi. Answer cheppandi. 3.6
minus 0.245.
minus 0.245. So you are getting less than 0. So when you are getting less than 0, so statement is since f of x naught it is less than 0, so you can change your a equal to x naught. That x naught value is 3.611. So now you go to the next approximate root for n equal to 1. మీకు జస్ట్ ఐడియా ఉండడానికి, సో ఫార్ములా ఏ ఇంటూ అంటే 3.611 ఇంటూ ఎఫ్ ఆఫ్ బి, బి దగ్గర ఏం చేంజ్ కాలేదు 4 మైనస్ బి ఇంటూ ఎఫ్ ఆఫ్ ఏ 3.611. టోటల్ ఇట్ ఈస్ డివైడెడ్ బై ఎఫ్ ఆఫ్ బి మీన్స్ 4 minus f of a 3.611. So you substitute the corresponding values. So 3.611 f of 4 already we calculated its value. మనకి ఇంతకుముందు ఎంత వచ్చిందమ్మా 2.614 కదా, అక్కడ ఇంతకుముందు చేసినవే ఉంటాయి మనకి 2.614 minus 4 into f of 3.611 also we calculated. Its answer is minus 0.245. Total it is divided by 2.614 minus of minus 0.245. So let me know the answer. ఎంత వస్తుందో చెప్పండి. ఏముందమ్మా?
3.644.
So 3.644. So after getting this x1, again you substitute in the function. Consider చూద్దాం f of x1 0 వస్తుందా లేదా అన్నది. So it is x square minus log x minus 12. There x equal to 3.644. So if I substitute that value, it becomes 3.644 whole square minus logarithm of 3.644 minus 12. Answer ఏమొస్తుందో చూడండి.
Minus 0.014.
Minus 0.014. Again you are getting less than 0. So తప్పదమ్మా, ఇక్కడ మళ్ళీ ఏ చేంజ్ అవుతుంది. Since f of x1 it is less than 0, so a equal to ఇప్పుడు x1 అవుతుంది. That x1 value is nothing but 3.644. So మళ్ళీ go for the next approximate root, n equal to 2. So can you find out the answer for this? x2 ఏమొస్తుందో చెప్పండి. సేమ్ అక్కడ ఏ వాల్యూ ఏముంది, b వాల్యూ ఏముంది అన్నట్టుగా రాసుకుంటూ పోండి. Procedure is same. x2 వాల్యూ ఏంటో చూడండి. What is the answer you want? A value 3.644 and B same, your previous B value 4. What is the answer you got it? I think approximately 3 point something. Substitute your corresponding values and do the simplification.
$3.646.
3.646, right. So after getting this x2, now again you substitute in the function. Consider f of x2. ఏమొస్తుందో చూడండి. If it is equal to 0, stop it. Less than 0, again a changes. Greater than 0, b. నాకు ఆ ఈక్వేషన్లో సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేసి చెప్పండి x2 వాల్యూ.
Zero, sir.
0 na? Very good. First time I think you got it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 0. So since it is 0, no need of getting your next approximate root. So make a statement there. Since f of x2 that is equal to 0, the root is directly x is equal to your last value x2 that is equal to 3.646. That is the final answer. 0 వస్తే మళ్ళీ చేయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. No need of getting your approximate also. Direct root is the final answer. Good. Now it is your chance. I just give you a problem and find out the answer. Find the root of, I am giving you x e power x that is equal to cos x. X e power x cos x. So since it is involving trigonometric functions, better your calculator should have compulsory radian button. R అనే బటన్ అక్కడ సింబల్ కనబడుతూ ఉండాలి స్క్రీన్ మీద. అదర్వైజ్ యూ విల్ నాట్ గెట్ ద కరెక్ట్ ఆన్సర్. ఎప్పుడైనా కానీ ఆర్లోకి కన్వర్ట్ చేసి పెట్టేయండి అంతే. ఇన్ ఆర్డర్ టు కన్వర్ట్ ఇంటూ ఆర్, సో యూ జస్ట్ యూజ్ ఎ బటన్, షిఫ్ట్ మోడ్ బటన్. అక్కడ రేడియన్ అనే ఒక 4th ఆప్షన్ ఉంటుంది. ఆ 4th ఆప్షన్ సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకుంటే స్క్రీన్ మీద ఆర్ కనబడుతుంది. సో సొల్యూషన్ ఇస్ for the given transcendental equation, let f of x that equal to x e power x minus cos x that is equal to 0. Now you are selecting the real numbers. ఒకసారి మీరు చేయండి ఏమొస్తుందో ఏబి వాల్యూస్. సెలెక్టింగ్
బ్లాక్ అయితే లోగో పెట్టాలి మళ్ళీ ఇంతసేపు ఉంచకూడదు.
అమ్మాయా అబ్బాయా మాట్లాడేది? So selecting the real number C and B, we have substitute first x equal to 0. When I write that value f of 0, so 0 e power 0 minus cos 0. So 0 cos 0 value is 1, so finally minus 1, that is less than 0. Similarly you can go for x equal to 1, f of 1, so 1 e power 1 minus cos 1. So e power 1 రావాలి అని అంటే shift ln e power 1 minus cos అనే బటన్ యూజ్ చేయండి. సో cos of 1 bracket close. So directly you are getting the answer
2.178.
2.178. So this is greater than 0 automatically. So now you can say that you can stop it. A equal to the negative value you are getting for 0 and B equal to positive value for 1. So A 0, B 1. Therefore the approximate roots are given by, so again I am using the formula. It is so write down your formula for that.
Sir, no screen.
Okay. Just there is a problem. You try to find out that value. I am just opening that file. Okay. Right. So is it clear now?
Yes, sir. Visible.
Now you find out the values. You can calculate, no problem. So directly for the next problem, write a equal to 0 and b equal to 1, and you are getting the approximate roots. So therefore, the approximate roots are given by I'm using the formula xn equal to a f of b minus b f of a. Total it is divided by f of b minus f of a. Here n is changing from 0, 1, 2 and so on. Now directly you go for the first value n equal to 0. If I write that one for n equal to 0, so directly x naught a means already 0 into f of b 1 minus b 1 f of a 0. You just focus on a and b values. F of 1 minus f of 0. So 0 into something is overall 0 minus 1 into f of 0 value already we calculated. So f of 0 means minus 1 overall divided by f of 1 value. F of 1 means it is 2.178 minus f of 0 value is minus 1. So you are getting the answer 1 divided by. So use the button 1.
0.315.
So 0.315. So this is the first approximate root. Now you go for the next value. That value you are substituting in the function. So consider f of x naught. So your f of x is nothing but x e power x minus cos x. There you are writing x equal to 0.315. So 0.315 into e power 0.315 minus cos of 0.315. So you try to give the answer 0.315 and shift ln button 0.315 and it is minus cos of 0.315 bracket close equal to. So are you getting minus 0.51? Adenamma?
Minus 0.519.
Right, minus 0.519. This is less than 0. So మళ్ళీ అది చేంజ్ అయింది కాబట్టి సో నెగిటివ్ వచ్చినప్పుడు మేక్ ఏ స్టేట్మెంట్ సిన్స్ f of x naught less than 0. So a equal to x naught, that x naught means it is 0.315. So go to the next approximate root for n equal to 1. So ఇప్పుడు చెప్పండి x1 ఏమొస్తుందో. సేమ్ ఫార్ములా, ఒక a ఒకటే చేంజ్ అయింది. ఏమొస్తుందో చూడండి. x1 value a into f of b minus b into f of a divided by f of b minus f of a. a అంటే న్యూ వాల్యూ తీసుకోండి. What is the value?
0.447.
0.447. So that value you are substituting again in the function. Consider f of x1. In your equation, you are substituting x1 value. Let me know the answer. 0 vaste happy. We can stop the process. Cheppandamma em vastundo. Luckily, if you get 0,
minus 0.203.
minus 0.203. So this is less than 0. So less than 0 కాబట్టి since f of x1 it is less than 0, so you can change a value, that a becomes x1. So 0.447. Only a నే చేంజ్ అయ్యింది. మళ్ళీ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ చేయండి. నెక్స్ట్ అప్రాక్సిమేట్ రూట్కి వెళ్ళాలి. మనకు 0 వచ్చేంత వరకు, లేకపోతే 5 టైమ్స్ అన్న చేయాలి. సో ఫర్ n ఈక్వల్ టు 2 ఇట్ ఈస్ x2 ఏమొస్తుందో చూడండి. a ఇంటూ f of b మైనస్ b ఇంటూ f of a డివైడెడ్ బై f of b మైనస్ f of a. ఈ లోపు ఒకటి హోంవర్క్ ప్రాబ్లం ఇస్తాను. సో జస్ట్ యూ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ ద ఆన్సర్. x cube minus x minus 1 equal to 0. So approximate answer you should get in a regular falsi method 1.323. ఏమొచ్చిందమ్మా x2?
0.494.
0.494. Okay, 0.494. Now you substitute in the function. Consider f of x2. మరి ఎక్కడైనా 0 వస్తుందా లేదా అని ఒకసారి చూడండి. లెస్ దెన్ 0నా గ్రేటర్ దెన్ 0నా? Even you can take your scientific calculator to the examination hall to find out the answers. So without calculator, somewhat it is difficult to find out the answer immediately. You need it compulsory.
Minus 0.071.
Minus 0.071. Again, it is less than 0. So since f of x2 it is less than 0, so again a is changing x2, that x2 value 0.494. So next you go for n equal to 3. For n equal to 3 you can find out x3 value. సో అట్లా మనము 5 అప్రాక్సిమేట్స్ రూట్ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేసిన తర్వాత అయినా కానీ 0 రాలేదనుకోండి, యూ టేక్ యువర్ యావరేజ్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ ద అప్రాక్సిమేట్ రూట్స్, దట్ గివ్స్ యూ అవర్ ఆన్సర్. సో నేను దీనికి సంబంధించిన ఆన్సర్ ఒకటి ఇస్తున్నాను. అప్రాక్సిమేట్లీ ఐఎమ్ గెటింగ్ ద ఆన్సర్ ఈజ్ 0.518 అని ఉందమ్మా. మీకు 5 టైమ్స్ రాలేదనుకోండి, యావరేజ్ చేసేయండి. ఈ వాల్యూకి నియర్లా ఈక్వల్లో ఉంటే సరిపోతుంది. నీడ్ నాట్ బి ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ, ఇట్ షుడ్ బి అప్రాక్సిమేట్. సో ఐ హావ్ గివెన్ వన్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ యాజ్ homework also. You can do it. So in the next session, we will enter into the next method, which is nothing but iteration method. That is also similar, but it is somewhat different than bisection and Regula falsi method that we take in the next class.